Hi all, this is Skate, and today we have some light tank subscriber replays. The first replay is Madude62 in his Type 62. Now this replay was sent to me back in April, so it is prior to the premium ammunition nerf on damage. However, I believe he only fires 1 or 2 in this game, so as a result I thought it's still worth showing. Now we are in a supremacy game mode, and he has got the advantage when it comes to light and medium tanks on his team. The enemy team only have 2 light tanks, so if they pop their head round the corner by here, they are pretty stupid, knowing full well the enemy team has so many. Do you think they are going to? Of course they are. And all 3 of the tanks which pop their head round the corner are soft and squishy. But you'll notice as soon as Madude saw the Rheinmetall Borsig, he went straight down to low ground to try and avoid a shot from him. And obviously, being as the targets are all soft and squishy, all the mediums are pretty much just going to wolf pack these poor tanks with HE. So, Spice Pans are dead, only a Borsig by here left. I think the RU-251 has done a runner by the look of it. Now he's turned the health off on his friendlies, but that Comet's doing a YOLO run, so you know he's gonna get hurt. I don't know how I feel about the hit pool being off on friendlies. I think it's a very advantageous thing to have on. Now I like quite a minimalistic thing to it, so I turn usernames off, and I often turn the tank names off as well, and I leave them on. And you've got the option obviously when you press to load the map into the middle and the usernames up, you can load up as that as a different option, which most of you probably already know, but that's why I go for the plain look. And it's easier to see things, and it looks nicer. But removing the friendly hit point markers, I don't know how I feel about that one. I probably would not do that myself. Each to their own at the end of the day, though. They, by there, are the only 2 heat shells he does fire in here. Now, this is a part which I did watch, and I very much liked. HE. He knows he can't penetrate the back of it, except for the door, where he does a full 251 damage. And obviously the next one is going to be a kill shot anyway. But that was a nice little touch. You can do the same on the thing, like the back of Tigers is another example. Tiger 2s, where the hatch is, the armor's actually thinner there, so you can get a HE shot through there. But it's very hard to get it pinpoint accurate. If you can pull it off, though, and manage to get those tanks in those hatches where they are weaker, it is magical. But he is bullying the turretless tanks at the moment. He has used his mobility to go flying around the SU-101 over the other side then, and then the ISU-152 by there. Now there's 2 reds left, they have 3 left, and this is where I think the health would be advantageous. He's helping out the Tiger by here, and his other friendly light tank, or medium tank, sorry, is on the left hand side. You could pick who needs the most help based on their hit point pool. But the Tiger does appear to be in a little spot of bother. So I can see his logic on this one. But, for all we know, the T-44 behind him asking for help right now could only be on 100 health. You just don't know. Now, in this game, it's completely irrelevant, because the T-44, well, T-44 is dead anyway. But regardless of the Tiger's health, regardless of the T-44's health, he still has full health. And obviously, the T-32 is dead. RU-251 on the enemy team is now a one-shot, and the Tiger 2 does finish him off. Which means in that game he only lost 29 health, along with 4 kills and a very, very healthy 3,757 damage. And obviously he didn't lose anything in terms of health, so he made himself 85,000 credits, which is not bad at all. Madude62, thank you very, very much for sending that one through to me. The next game through is by Juicy Tender Steak. Now, every time he has sent me a replay, you know it's going to be an interesting one. And he is out in the new T-49. Now, the T-49 is one of those tanks which, well, you're either going to get ruined or you are going to have a really, really good game. There's never usually a happy medium in between. But he has pushed up, spotted, and got himself a very, very nice first shot for 500 plus damage. And then the T-54 has come to say hello to him. So you'll notice he is wiggling back and forth to try and persuade the T-54 to shoot at him and miss, which is exactly what he does. Now, I don't understand what the T-54 intended on doing here. While he was on a reload, he could have gone rammed him for damage. I don't know. But instead, he just gives him his butt, which allows him to do a very, very large amount of damage with a full penetrating HE shot. But you'll notice he has lost virtually all of his health. He received some very, very nasty shots then, and it is the case whenever you see a T-49, you load the HE and you get an ammo rack. Full health ammo racks. Such a satisfying feeling. But yeah, as I was saying, before I was rudely interrupted by that ammo rack, it's it's genuinely the case. Whenever you see a T-49, everybody points at it and everybody loads HE. It's an easy tank to take out. Well, it's easy to damage, and it's one of those tanks you need to take out, and you can see him looking for shots on that Borsig, because the Borsig is just such a fun target to hit with a dirt gun. And even if you don't manage to kill it in one shot, well, when you're firing HE at a Borsig, well, if you've been hit by it, you're going to know exactly what I mean. You lose probably, I don't know, 60 to 80% of your modules, but being as we couldn't get to the Borsig, that waffle will do nicely. Now you'll notice he's constantly wiggling in and out, just in case somebody does shoot towards him, and more importantly, being on the move, less chance of somebody actually hitting him with a shot. And because he didn't know where they all were, he was staying back. However, he is desperate to get a shot on that Borsig, because you know it's just going to penetrate, and at that health, it's just going to wipe him out, no problem at all. Now remember what I was saying in the last match about being able to penetrate the hatches? If you can get it perfect, as that is by there, you can penetrate. However, because the Tiger was moving backwards, there was a chance he would have missed. So he changed to the heat ammo just to make sure he had a very good, healthy damage roll. And then it is just one tank remaining, and he is going to try and do a drive-by on it. And as he comes around the corner with a bit of a drift then, he manages to ammo rack another one. Ah, you've got to love the T-49. It's just so much fun. But we had two very fast-paced light tank masteries then. Well, actually, this one's not a mastery, believe it or not. He did a staggering 5,100 damage in the T-49, and it's a first class. Now that is obviously very recent after the tanks came out, and as a result, the bar is ridiculously high. But 5,100 damage, I genuinely think he deserved a mastery for that. So thank you both to those guys for sending those replays through. If you want to send your replay through, please send it through to the email address in the subject or the notes section below. Easiest option, or the easiest way of doing it, is uploading it to OneDrive and sharing the link. So, thank you all very much for watching. Shorter than average subscriber replay video, but they're quick games. You can't help that with light tanks, they're fast. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.